story of Ruth is beautifully written and wonderfully crafted. And if you didn't read it before today, I really encourage you to just sit and read it. 4 chapters goes quickly, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful story. And as you read it, I would ask that you pay very close attention to what is actually going on in the story. Because Ruth is not a simple, it's not a sweet tale, and it certainly is not a children's tale. Ruth is a story of 3 women who are suddenly faced with the loss of the men in their lives in a world absolutely dominated by men. The story begins in Judah, where Naomi and her husband and their 2 sons live. Famine strikes, and the family heads for Moab, a strange and a foreign land. Immigrants either die at home if there's no food, or they follow the food into alien lands. In Moab, Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left with her 2 sons. And they married Moabite women, one named Orpah and the other Ruth. And they lived there together for about 10 years. And then these 2 sons also died. So the woman was left without her 2 sons and without her husband. Somehow Naomi learns that the crops have come back in Judah, and she decides to return, to leave Moab and go home. And she begins her journey with her 2 daughters-in-law, and then she stops. Naomi tells Orpah and Ruth that they must remain. They must remain in their homeland. They must marry Moabite men, and they must make their lives in the place they belong. The 2 daughters-in-law refuse, but Naomi does not relent. And here we can almost hear her screaming over all that has happened to her. Naomi is old, barren, she has no life, she has no hope, she has no way to escape. There is no future for the daughter-in-laws with Naomi. Their only hope, their only future, is to stay at home in Moab. Naomi cries, "Oh no, my daughters, my lot is far more bitter than yours, for the hand of the Lord has struck out against me." Naomi has nothing to offer, nothing to give. And so Orpah turns and goes back into Moab to be with her people. But Ruth's response, on which the entire story hinges, is different. Orpah turns to leave Naomi, and Ruth turns and clings to Naomi. And clinging to Naomi, Ruth speaks the words that we are too quick to associate with weddings and lovely ceremonies, and not the reality of this life and death situation. Ruth says, "Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried." And then the 2 women travel on to Bethlehem in Judah. And when they arrive there, the women in town know it's Naomi, but they can hardly recognize her. She's broken, she's destitute, she's alone in the world except for this strange young Moabite woman who seems to be following her. And we hear Naomi speak again. "Do not call me Naomi," she says. "Call me Mara, for God has made my life bitter. I went away full, and the Lord has brought me back empty. How can you call me Naomi when the Lord has dealt harshly with me, when the Lord has brought misfortune upon me?" We know that Ruth will find a husband, that she will have a child, that child will be named Obed, and Obed will be the father of Jesse, and Jesse will be the father of David in the lineage of Jesus of Nazareth. But the happy ending is not the point of the story. The point is that Naomi did not have a single source of strength left. She had no sense of security, no hope, no future, no way to recover any sort of normalcy in her life. Everything that she counted and depended upon was taken from her, and God turns against her. This is the critical moment in the story. This profound disappointment in everything trusted. Do not call me happy. Call me bitter. I was full, and now I am empty. Now, how do we deal with disappointment? How do we gather here when we witness our churches going from large and prosperous to small and weak? When we witness the change Sunday after Sunday from full to empty, how do we respond? I know some leave, some walk away from the fading church and from each other. Some give up on a future, fold the tent, walk away. Some look for someone else to blame or something to blame, to bear the burden of the losses that are felt here. Others cling to the past as if it can somehow be reborn, somehow brought back in all of its remembered glory. But that too will only disappoint. Those hopes, they will be dashed. Some cling to the past. Ruth clings to Naomi. But as she does so, she speaks of the future. She speaks of a future with Naomi. Wherever you go, I will go. I will live where you live. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God. Here is the second crucial moment in this story. Commitment to a different future is made real in these words. A future is actually found out of nothing. Holding on to each other, looking to the future marks the turning point in Ruth's story. The entire story pivots on the singular bond formed between Ruth and Naomi, founded on Ruth's decision and her love for Naomi. And so they begin the long walk back. Naomi to her home, Ruth to an alien world, heading into a new life with each other. This is a Bible story. So where's God in all of this? Well, God is mentioned, God is blamed, and at the end, God is praised. But where is God in all of this? God is present in the moment Ruth chooses to stay with Naomi. In the words of hope and trust that she speaks to Naomi. And in the silent decision the two women made to walk together into this future. God is in these moments. God actually works with the nothing in our lives. Two women holding on to each other because there's nothing else to hold on to. Two women who have nothing, and God works a miracle. God creates new out of nothing. God is present here. God is present God is willing us forward. God seeks us when we seek each other. God offers a future to us when we offer a future to each other. God embraces us when we embrace each other. And God clings to us when we cling to each other. God works with us when it seems we have nothing left to work with. And if we hold on to each other, and if we truly believe in a future together, God will be with us. God will show us the way. Of that, there is no doubt. God will show